welcome to the stage and to Longevity Live, Mr. Theo Ratliff. Oh, Theo, grab a seat, grab a seat. You know, I learned something new about you today that I wasn't sure of. We're backstage, we're putting on our jerseys, and sorry, we only got the kids' seats, I guess. Everybody else fit fine.
That's
Patty,
a very flattering post, Theo.
Patty, make another note.
Stretch out a little bit.
Theo, you're the only person I've ever met in my life that has to bend over to give a high five. It's
yeah, I had to do a lot of that.
Pretty amazing.
I have to do a lot of that.
You know, a lot of people have seen you on the rebound canisters and seen you on the side of Ted's bus on that RV. If you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. There's some interesting things in your NBA history. I know in 2001 you made the All-Star team. And it's funny, I was looking at stats earlier today. I love numbers. And I noticed that you didn't play a lot of games right after that. But in the stats, it said that you had suffered some injuries.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, what was most interesting was the very next year, the 2002-2003 season. How many games are in an NBA season?
82.
82 games. And how many games? After a season, you played 3 games, and they told you would probably never play basketball again.
Exactly.
The very next year, out of the 82 games, how many games did you play? I looked it 82? Up. It was 81. 81 out of 82 games. Yeah. The very next year. Now, nowhere on Wikipedia, on basketballnba.com, any of that stuff, nowhere did I find the reason why that happened. Can you tell us what happened between the time they told you were never going to play again and the time you smashed all records the very next year?
Well, I mean, of course, longevity was happens. I was having a great year in 2001, made the All-Star team, as he said, and, just was on top of the world. I think we were 41-12 at the time, and was the top team in the league, getting ready to go into the All-Star game, and was highly favored, as far as getting to the finals, to the championship. So, unfortunately, I broke my wrist probably the last 2 games before the All-Star game, and suffered a fractured wrist and had to sit out, and ended up coming back from that a little while later, but just went up for a routine rebound and ended up tearing my hip and tore my labrum in my hip, and they were saying it was so severe that it would be a possibility that I wouldn't be able to play again. So I was rehabbing, and Mike Glenn, who's become a great friend, great ambassador, of the longevity products. I overheard him speaking to one of my teammates about it, and I had just got to the team, so I was like, Mike, let me know a little bit more about that, that mineral deficiency thing that's going on, and that calcium deficiency, because I think that's what I'm suffering from, because I had suffered a lot of injuries before that particular time, and things was hurting, joints was hurting, and then this happened just out the blue. And so once I met Mike Glenn and the great Phil Oliver, they kind of just sat me down and explained to me about what Dr. Joel Wallach has been teaching for years, and understanding that if you don't put the minerals back into your body not going to function properly. And as you sweat out of super minerals, where when you don't know any better, you just think you're just sweating salt. But when you're sweating a super mineral, so I was more susceptible to injuries like a lot of the other guys that play the sport and sweat a lot. So having a great opportunity of getting on the product for that full year, I was sitting out, and it was like a dream come true, a miracle come true. And I was so determined to get back after they told me I would probably not be able to play again. And and being able to put these minerals in my body every single day, and I haven't stopped since.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Derek has been a fan of yours for a lot of years.
Yes.
And backstage we were
Got that
talking.
referee jersey on, though.
And he said that.
What was that?
We don't like referees.
He said that you're really not as tall as you appear. In fact, he said with one hand tied behind his back, he could strip the ball from you.
Oh, really?
And
He is a comedian, right?
I just happened to have
He's definitely a comedian.
a basketball here. And you know what? I
Got to do a lot
think he
more
was telling
stretching
a
than that.
non-truth. So what I'd like to do is just see. Hold that up for me.
That was nice. Come on, show me them hops. Let's see them hops. Need some more rebound. You need some rebound. Let's get him some rebound, please. Oh, don't fall. Oh. Somebody go back there and get him some rebound. You tired? Yeah. See that reaction? That's just normal. I almost took your head off. I don't know if you. I know you was playing.
I want to tap out. I want a substitution coming in. All right, maybe I lied a little bit. All right, whatever. All right, lesson learned.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll play your game.
All right, you know what?
Hey, let me tell you something. All that joint mobility stuff that Sanjeev talks about, that didn't work for nothing right there.
You know what? Give Derek a round of applause for giving it a good college try.